Southeast Asia is a region with a rich maritime history and several nations vying for naval prominence. While no Southeast Asian nation boasts a true blue water navy, capable of projecting power across vast oceans, several countries have been undergoing significant naval modernization programs in recent years. For over a decade, Southeast Asia's largest maritime countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Vietnam, have engaged in extensive naval modernization programs. They have done so with varying levels of intensity. They all have been driven to modernize their navies by changes in their strategic environment. Here's a breakdown of the key players in Southeast Asian naval power, ranking the total number of warships and submarines by country, from lowest to highest. Down spot with the number 10. Royal Brunei Navy. The Royal Brunei Navy is the naval defense force of Brunei. It is a small but relatively well-equipped military force whose main responsibility is to conduct search and rescue missions and to deter and defend the Brunei waters against attacks mounted by seaborne forces. It's difficult to pinpoint an exact number for the Royal Brunei Navy's active fleet due to potential variations in counting methods and possible secrecy surrounding certain auxiliary vessels. According to the list of Royal Brunei Navy ships, their current fleet consists of various classes of ships including patrol vessels, fast attack craft, landing craft, and auxiliary vessels. While the exact number isn't explicitly stated, browsing the list gives you a comprehensive picture. They do highlight key classes like the Darussalam-class patrol vessels and the support squadron's landing crafts. Number 9. Lao People's Navy. The Lao People's Navy operates vessels on the Mekong River, a major feature of the country's geography. The Navy as of the mid-1990s had a personnel strength of around 500 and around 50 river patrol boats, such as inshore patrol craft, landing craft. This makes the Lao People's Navy one of the most prominent examples of a navy that is exclusively brown water. For 2024, Laos is ranked 112 out of 145 countries in the annual Global Firepower Review. The nations hold a power index score of 2.2071. Number 8. Royal Cambodian Navy. The Royal Cambodian Navy is the naval warfare service branch of the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces and one of the 3 uniformed services of the Kingdom of Cambodia. It has an estimated of 4,000 active personnel and operates 228 boats/ships in active service. The Navy possesses 15 patrol craft and a further 5 patrol craft of the fast attack variety. There are also about 200 motorized and manual canoes. Royal Cambodian Navy also has many plans to strengthen its naval fleet with assistance from China, Germany, Vietnam, Indonesia, South Korea, and Japan. For 2024, Cambodia is ranked 111 out of 145 countries in the annual Global Firepower Review. The nations hold a power index score of 2.1725. Number 7. Royal Malaysian Navy. The Royal Malaysian Navy is the naval arm of the Malaysian Armed Forces. RMN is the main agency responsible for the country's maritime surveillance and defense operations. RMN's area of operation consists of 603,210 square kilometers covering the country's coastal areas and exclusive economic zone, with 18,000 active personnel and 101 naval assets, including 2 frigates, 6 corvettes, for mine warfare, 2 submarines, and 72 patrol vessels. For 2024, Malaysia is ranked 42 out of 145 countries in the annual Global Firepower Review. The nations hold a power index score of 0.5992. Number 6. Myanmar Navy. The Myanmar Navy is the naval warfare branch of the Armed Forces of Myanmar. With 16,000 personnel on duty, the Navy operates more than 227 vessels. Prior to 1988, the Navy was small, and its role in counterinsurgency operations was smaller than that of the Army and the Air Force. The Navy has since been expanded to take on a more active role in defense of Myanmar's territorial waters. For 2024, Myanmar is ranked 35 out of 145 countries in the annual Global Firepower Review. The nations hold a power index score of 0.5251. Number 5. Philippine Navy. The Philippine Navy is the naval warfare service branch of the armed forces of the Philippines. It has an estimated strength of 24,500 active service personnel, including the 10,300-strong Philippine Marine Corps. It operates 111 total naval assets such as 2 frigates, 1 corvette, 50 patrol vessels, 25 manned aircraft, and 8 unmanned aerial vehicles. It shares the responsibility of patrolling the maritime borders with the Philippine Coast Guard. The PN is also responsible for anti-piracy missions on the Sulu Sea, also deploys naval assets during humanitarian assistance operations in the aftermath of disasters. The Philippines Navy is ranked 34 out of 145 countries considered for the annual GFP review. The nations hold a power index score of 0.4691. Number 4. Republic of Singapore Navy. The Republic of Singapore Navy is the maritime service branch of the Singapore Armed Forces, responsible for defending the country against any seaborne threats and as a guarantor of its sea lines of communications. The RSN also regularly conducts operations with the navies of its neighboring countries to combat piracy and terrorist threats in the congested littoral waters of the Submarine Strait of Malacca and Singapore. It operates 43 total naval assets such as 6 frigates, 6 corvettes, 7 submarines, 4 mine warfare, and 15 patrol vessels. Singapore is ranked 30 out of 145 countries considered for the annual GFP review. The nations hold a power index score of 0.4087. Number 3. Royal Thai Navy. The Royal Thai Navy is the naval warfare force of Thailand. It has a structure that includes the Naval Fleet, Royal Thai Marine Corps, and Air and Coastal Defense Command. The RTN headquarters is at Sattahip Naval Base. The mission space of the Thailand Navy includes rivers the Gulf of Thailand and the Indian Ocean, which are separated by the Kra Isthmus. It operates 293 total naval assets such as 6 frigates, 1 helicopter carrier, 6 corvettes, 5 mine warfare, and 49 patrol vessels. Royal Thai Navy is ranked 25 out of 145 countries considered for the annual GFP review. The nations hold a power index score of 0.4087. Number 2. Vietnam People's Navy. The Vietnam People's Navy, internally the Naval Service, also known as the Vietnamese People's Navy, or simply Vietnam/Vietnamese Navy, is the naval branch of the Vietnam People's Army and is responsible for the protection of the country's national waters, islands, and interests of the maritime economy, as well as for the coordination of maritime police, customs service, and the border defense force. The VPN has 50,000 officers and sailors and 97 naval assets such as 9 frigates, 14 corvettes, 6 submarines, 8 mine warfare, and 54 patrol vessels. For 2024, Vietnam is ranked 22 of 145 out of the countries considered for the annual GPF review. The nations hold the power index score of 0.3158. And our top on the list, Indonesian Navy. The Indonesian Navy is the naval branch of the Indonesian National Armed Forces. It was founded on September 10, 1945 and has the role of patrolling Indonesia's lengthy coastline, enforcing and patrol the territorial waters and exclusive economic zone, EEZ, of Indonesia, to protect Indonesia's maritime strategic interests, to protect the islands surrounding Indonesia, and to defend against seaborne threats. The Indonesian Navy is currently undergoing a modernization program to improve its capabilities. The Navy is acquiring new ships, submarines, and aircraft. It is also investing in new technologies, such as unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. The Indonesian Navy has 65,000 active personnel, 333 naval assets such as frigates, 25 corvettes, 4 submarines, 13 mine warfare, and 205 patrol vessels. For 2024, Indonesia is ranked 13 of 145 out of the countries considered for the annual GPF review. The nations hold the power index score of 0.2251. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more military technology updates.